Alright, so I just made an Obama rant, and I did talk a little bit about the borders. So I wanted to make another video about locking down the borders. And I also want to talk about, remember I said I would do the 9/11 investigation. Well, nobody really seems to be interested in those videos. So for now, I'm just going to fucking stop them. I mean, it's a ton of work to do a video every day. It just clogs everything up. I can't make any other videos that much, and so I'm just going to fucking delay that for now. Maybe do some more videos in the future about it. But the border. A lot of people, not a lot, but some people are for just opening it totally, and you can't open it totally. I don't think, because if you open it totally, then people with fucking diseases, fucking bad guys, terrorists, whatever, can just walk right on in. Other armies from other countries, can just walk right in. Um, so I'm not really for opening the border. I mean, yeah, you could get homegrown terrorists, but you don't want like a group like ISIS or whatever, coming. Even though we do openly fund them, walking right on in to our country. That's why we should lock down the borders. Now, my proposition to locking down the borders, I figured it out. There's about, I think it said 1.3 million uh, people in the military, and reserves as like 2 million or whatever, something like that. My proposition, I figured out the number. If you take 1 million people, military people, and put them on the border, you get about 55 people per mile guarding the border. So if you get fucking, like 500,000, then you get 27. So you could very well lock down the border, or with that. Will there still be people that get through? Maybe underground tunnels, possibly, but like I'm sure most people who come through the border aren't that sophisticated or rich to build things like that. Build a wall. Build a legitimate wall. Cause I see like a lot of places don't even have a fucking wall. You can just walk right through. Build a big giant wall, whatever. Put the military there, and I guarantee you, nobody, very few people are going to get through. Now, who should we let through? You gotta check them for diseases, because you don't want people with weird diseases coming through, spreading it, whatever. Check them for diseases, uh, and also, you don't want any bad criminals coming through. Make sure they're not fucking, criminals or whatever. I think as long as they're fucking, just an average person. I don't fucking know all the specifics, but I think we should let a majority of the people who want to come through. I don't think we should make it that strict of requirements to come through. I think there should be, a background check, a check, whatever, for people to become an American citizen. But I don't think it should be so strict. Like, there's a lot of suffering people in the world, and Americans always come first, so we should, prioritize our needs first. But if people want to come here, we should let them come here, and make them work hard. Don't fucking just give them welfare. Don't give them welfare checks to make them live on. Make them get a job, whether it be a minimum wage job or whatever, or just picking fucking cherries in a field. You know, to have them work hard, because a lot of them are willing to work hard to provide for their families. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world that are suffering. I believe, we shouldn't turn a blind eye to them. We should help them out a little bit at least. But yeah, I mean, Americans always come first. The priority is always our poor people. And, I think we should make a bigger effort to help our poor people. Uh, whether that be, and, people might say, oh, they ruin their lives with drugs. Well, maybe we should help them. Try to get off drugs, or just do something to fucking help them. And maybe people will call me a liberal for doing that, but I just feel like if you're poor people, because a lot of people are poor and they actually work hard, for stuff, and like I feel like we should help people who are struggling, because I've seen people work fucking 12 hours a week, a day, on a normal day sometimes, and they're fucking losing their house, you know, fucking losing everything because they got fucking, you know, other things to pay for, like child support. You know, like the father always has to pay for the child support. So I mean, I think there should be some government help to poor people, but not too much. You know, I think the government should provide health insurance because in a country of America, I don't think you should have to pay for health insurance. I think you should be provided health insurance, and people who you know, provide health care to people, you know, they profit from people getting sick, so they're not gonna fucking, you know, find a cure to cancer. They're not rushing to find a cure to cancer. They wanna, you know, keep people sick. You know, as fucking weird as that sounds, they do. So, you know, I believe we should help people out throughout the world, but always help our people out first. Care for our people. Try to keep them, you know, get them on their feet. At least try to get them on their feet. And if they, you know, don't get back on their feet, then, you know, maybe we shouldn't help them, but at least make an attempt to help them out. Give them food. Give them water. Give them at least some basic supplies to help them out in their lives. Um, again, in a country of America where we're fucking supposed to be the top country in the world, how can we turn a blind eye to suffering people in our own nation who are poor? And you know, a lot of them are willing to work hard, but unfortunately they, you know, maybe an unfortunate circumstance, whatever. So I believe we should help people out. You know, not too much. Don't give them, you know, everything, but help them out a little bit. You know, give them assistance a little bit. Try to get them back on their feet. And yeah, I mean, we could well afford it too. Like, we're giving billions of dollars in corporate welfare to certain corporations. Why don't we give some of that money to the poor people who actually need it? But yeah, there you go. I know I got a little bit off topic there on the border, but you know, just talking about little bit of the border, and you know, and it all does tie into the border a little bit because, you know, I'm sort of talking about how we should balance, you know, needs for other people outside the country to people inside the country. So I mean, it all ties in. But there you go, people. There's my thoughts on the border.